for a Sun Salutation Namaskar C flow. I'm so happy you are here. Thank you for being here. And our focus is going to be, this is Basking in the Nectar week. And we bask in the nectar by being deeply present with our inner being, ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. Mindful and present and aware and here for us. So we're going to watch our attention. And if our attention starts to move out into thinking, the thought, disturbances, we're going to notice that and kindly let the thinking go and bring ourselves into present moment awareness and being with the self, basking in the sensations of the body, sensations of the energy being, and the spirit. So let's begin. Feeling the earth underneath us, that grounding, that support, holding us, holding our bodies, supporting us fully and completely in this spot on the earth. Every human can only occupy one spot on the earth at a time, regardless of how much land they own. We can only ever really have one little piece of real estate at a time. Brings us all to a deep sense of equality. So honoring this spot on the planet that you occupy, this sacred spot beneath you. And we're going to be breathing into the belly throughout the practice. So beginning to breathe into this lower abdomen, some nice deep belly breaths. As we trigger the relaxation response, the parasympathetic nervous system. And as we go through this practice, anytime you need to stop and rest, or come into a seated pose, or a standing pose, or even savasana, honor yourself. We never go into pain in yoga, so if you ever get into pain, immediately back off. And we're going to be engaging our bandhas, our energy seals, our energy locks. And there's 3 bandhas. The Mula bandha is the pelvic floor. So we're going to feel that gently engage and lifting up. It brings us to our Uddiyana bandha, the lower belly, the navel. Feel the navel engage, the abdomen engage, and lift up. And lastly, the chin, Jarandala bandha, comes in, and the tongue is on the roof of the mouth. So as we breathe and we engage these bandhas, we increase the vitality within our body, and these seals lock that vitality in for our highest well-being and vitality. So let's begin now by checking in with ourselves, scanning the being, physical body, the energies, pratyahara, all those inner energies, the inner aliveness, pulsation of our heart. Any other movement, tingling, flowing, warmth, cool, trembling inside of us. And even basking in the emotional being. Not needing to change anything, certainly not judging anything. Just being the neutral observer of our own self, where we are now. Continuing to breathe. And taking this moment to set an intention for this practice. It could be for the practice, the day, the week, the year, a lifetime. Stating it in the positive and in the present moment. Have a relationship of my dreams now. And then allow yourself to feel and bask in those beautiful emotions that this intention trigger inside of you. which empowers the manifestation power of this intention by adding the emotions. And I invite you to state your intention silently to yourself. Plant that seed within your consciousness and taking a few breaths. I'm going to give you a few breaths to bask in those emotions that are triggered by having this intention fully manifest in your life. And I invite you to set that intention now. And coming back. We're going to come up to a standing position for our warm-ups. Let's just shake the body out. Shake the body out. Shaking the shoulders, arms, and some twisting, lifting up that spine. Beautiful job. Let's do a little cross patterning, opposite hand to opposite knee. We can even do the feet. Opposite hand to opposite foot. We are balancing the right and left brain, integrating them. Helps with focus and concentration and alertness. Always want those both sides to be balanced. And see if you can, let's go back to the knee, do the opposite arm to the opposite knee and then the hand to the opposite shoulder at the same time. You might want to do it really slow at first and then pick up a little, your pace up a little bit. Activating the right and left side, the nadis, brain, hemispheres, to coordinate and coming back to center. Beautiful job. We're going to move into our breath of joy, and we're going to be taking 3 nice deep inhales and then a beautiful deep exhale as we fold forward. So our first inhale, we're going to bring the arms up to shoulder length. Inhale, opening up those arms as we open the heart. Inhale as we bring the arms up to the sky, opening up to divine light and grace. And then exhale as we hinge forward. And come up nice and slowly. So when we do the breath, you can go at your own pace, but we're going to be coming up a little quicker than that. And let's begin together. Inhaling. One more time. And as you exhale, let yourself just hang here for a moment. You want to bend one knee at a time. Feel a nice stretch on that lower back. and beginning to come up. We're going to kind of hang like a rag doll and let the spine bring us up one vertebrae at a time. Letting the head be the last to come up. Beautiful job. We move into our Siri Namaskara, our sun salutation. We're going to come to the front of the mat. I'm going to face you for a minute, but you can face the front of your mat. We're going to move into mountain using John Friend's loops. And so we're going to begin at the foundation. Feet are hip width apart. You can test that by bringing both feet together and both fists together and bring them between the feet. Here we are, hip width apart. And we're going to start with the ankle loop, feeling a nice lift of the arch of the foot. Shin loop, engaging those calves. Energy's coming up the calves and down the shins. And thigh loop, it begins below the knees and comes up. So you're going to feel a lift of the knees and engagement of the quadriceps, relaxing the buttocks. Pelvic loop, bring that pelvis to neutral. I always need to tuck that tailbone in a little to bring the pelvis to neutral. And we're going to go into kidney loop as you feel a lift of the ribs. Shoulder loop, energy comes up right between the lips. It's going to bring the chin parallel. Energy goes back, so it's going to bring those shoulder blades together and the shoulders back, and it's going to drop down your back, so you're going to feel those shoulders drop away from the ears. And then our skull loop, very center of our head and reaching up towards the heavens and allow it to lengthen. Feel yourself grow a little bit taller. If it's a micro movement taller. That's our mountain. We go back facing the small edge of the mat. And let's move into extended mountain as we bring those angel wings up, bring them up overhead, and go into a nice little back bend, gazing up towards the sky, and then coming back to neutral. And we're going to hinge into forward fold. So stick the tailbone out and hinge at your hips as you come down into forward fold. Bring in the hands. You can bring these hands to a block if you'd like. You can bring them all the way down to the earth and bend the knees as much as you need to. Whatever works for you. If you can't bring your hands down or you don't have a block, just bend those knees a little bit. And relax the head. You can even shake it a little gently, yes and no, in different directions. Release and relaxing tension in the neck and the head. Very gently. We're going to inhale halfway up into half forward fold and feel that spine stretching out away from the pelvis and lengthening. And then exhaling back down into forward fold, and the hands on the mat next to the feet. And then lifting the head and the heart, we're going to bring that right leg back behind us. We're going to move into a lunge, Anjali Asana. So we're going to bring that front knee right over the ankle, come up to the thigh, and then coming all the way up, bringing the arms up. We're going to square those hips. So my right leg is back. I'm going to bring that right hip forward just a little bit. Bring that knee right over the ankle. It's behind the ankle a little bit. That's okay. We just don't want it to go forward of the ankle. That puts tension on the knee. Bringing the arms up, engaging the bandhas. And let's bring the breath in and the prana. One more nice deep breath. Reaching the hands up. And exhaling those hands down to the earth as you bring that front leg back. Tailbone up. Heels down towards the earth in your downward facing dog. And breathing here, engage those bandhas and breathe. And hinging into a push-up or plank position, I like to adjust my foundation and bring my feet back from my push-up position. We're in plank now, plank position. The wrists are under the shoulders, feet are hip width apart. And you can drop those knees down if you like. You're going to come down nice and slowly, chaturanga. And come all the way down to the mat for this one. We're going to go into a cobra. So setting the foundation, pressing the hips and the pelvis into the earth. Hands are right below the shoulders. Inhaling, using those back muscles, very little weight on the hands. We're not pushing into the hands. We're lifting, using back muscles into a nice baby cobra. Bringing the elbows in, engage the bandhas and breathe. Breathing into the belly. One more breath. Coming down and then pushing into the hands and coming into a table pose. We're going to curl the toes under, lifting the hips, straightening the legs back into our downward facing dog. And bringing the heels to the earth, tailbone is sticking up towards the sky, thighs coming back, and let's breathe. Into the belly, basking in the nectar, fully present to sensation. One more breath. Lifting the head, lifting the heart. And we're going to walk or step, or just take a giant step. That right foot back up between the feet, the right foot. So now the left leg is back. We're going to do a lunge on this side. Coming up to the thigh. Coming up into a high lunge. If you want to stay in a low lunge, you can do that too. That's an option. Let's bring that right knee right over the right ankle. Square those hips. Arms are coming up into a high lunge. Anjaneyasana. Engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath. Inhaling, reaching up, and exhaling, bringing the hands down, bringing that back leg up into forward fold. Exhaling down. Relaxing the head, shaking it out gently. Breathing, fully present to the self. Basking in the sensations, the inner nectar. Mindful of our movements. Inhaling halfway up, half forward fold. And exhaling back down into forward fold. On your next inhale, lifting that head first because we're hinging up. Giant angel wings. Protecting that lower back. We're going to go into a second sun salutation. I'm going to add some variations this time. And let's come down, hinging forward. I'm going to bring the hands nice and close to the body. The one thing we don't ever want to do is bring the arms out. puts pressure on your back, your lower back. I'm going to bring the arms in close to the body as I hinge down. Also bring the hands to the hips. Coming into a beautiful Uttanasana, forward fold. Taking a couple breaths here, engaging those bandhas. Releasing, relaxing the head. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. You can bring the hands behind the cat. You can grab the elbows. Another option is to bring the hands behind the back. Lifting the head and the heart, and we're going to bring the right leg back behind us, and we're going to drop that right knee to the earth, resting the top of the foot on the mat. We're going to move into some lunge rocks. So as we lunge forward, and a little hip opener on that right side, maybe making some little micro movements. Really basking in the sensations. You feel yourself moving into thinking, but thinking energy, just kindly and gently bring yourself back to mindfulness of sensations in your body, fully present to the self. We're going to hinge back, straightening that front leg. Giving a nice stretch on the back leg muscles, this left leg, and flex and extend the left foot. More sensation, breathing into the belly, basking in sensations. And ranging forward again. Allowing yourself to find your own rhythm and flow as you lunge back and forth in these beautiful lunge rocks. Fully present, mindful, all the beautiful sensations and physical and energy bodies. Fully present to the self. Keeping the breath flowing, basking in sensations. Finding your rhythm, your flow, honoring the self. Coming back to center. Let's bring this left leg back into a nice table pose. Knees are under the hips, and the wrists, bring them right under the shoulders. A beautiful table pose. And let's move into some cat-cows in our table. Moving into our cow as we stick the tailbone out, arch the back, and lift the head and the heart. Inhaling into our cow. And then moving into our cat as we tuck the tailbone under, round that back like a howling cat, dropping the head to gaze in towards the thighs, exhaling, in our cat flexion of the spine and moving back into our cow extension of the spine. And moving back and forth in your cat and cow at your own pace, your own rhythm, fully present to sensation, basking in the nectar. Keeping the breath flowing. Maybe next time you're in your cat, bring those hips back and feel a nice stretch in the lower back. And make some hip circles if you like. Going both directions. Just moving back and forth in cat-cow at your own pace. Allowing yourself to be completely absorbed in your own experience, your own sensations. And breathe. Adding your own variations. And coming back to center. We're still in our sun salutation. We're just adding variations. We're going to curl the toes under, straighten the legs, bring those hips up. See if we can begin to walk the dog, dropping one heel to the floor, opposite knee bends in the center. Going back and forth, walking the dog, stretching those calves. Feeling a slight external rotation in the hands to stabilize us. Engage those bandhas and breathe, basking in the nectar of all the beautiful sensations, fully present. Coming back to center, we're going to move into a plank position. I like to widen my stance a little bit. I'm going to invite you, you can drop your knees down or you can stay in a full plank. I'm going to invite you to do a few push-ups, strengthening those arm muscles. If you don't want to do any, just come down to the earth. Maybe you just do one or two. Find what feels right for you as you strengthen these arms. And when you're done coming down to the mat, you can rest the head to one side or the other. A nice resting pose. And then come down. As you rest on the earth with your head to one side, allow yourself to just melt and merge into the earth. Releasing and relaxing. And imagine your body becomes a sponge. And allow yourself to simply absorb from the earth anything your body may need. Minerals, energies, vibrations, information and wisdom and intelligence. Whatever it is you may need, receive it and accept it into your body. Turn your head to the other side if you like. And now, sending your love and gratitude to the earth for all its gifts, for sustaining the physical body, knowing every molecule in our body was once in the earth. We are earth energy. Earth provides us all our food, our shelter, our homes, our clothing, our cars, all made of earth energy. Coming back to center, we're going to bring the arms out to our sides, about 30 degrees away from the body. We're going to move into bird or airplane. So the first thing we do is set the foundation, pressing the pelvis into the earth, inhaling, lifting the arms and the legs and becoming that beautiful bird, that airplane soaring above the earth. And breathe. Mindful of sensations, fully present to the south. One more breath. Beautiful. Bring the hands back by the shoulders, pressing up into your table. You're going to curl those toes under, straighten the legs back into downward facing dog. We're going to kick this left leg out behind us into a three-legged dog. Both hands, you can spread those fingertips for more security, a little external rotation. Firmly, both hands on the mat. See if that back heel can come down towards the earth. Let's bend that left knee. Let's open up to the left. Opening up the hip. Engaging those bandhas and breathing. See if you can straighten that right arm out. One more breath. And releasing that left leg down to the earth. Let's go to the other side, kicking that right leg out behind us. Firm hands in the earth. See if you can bring that left heel down a little closer to the earth. Let's bend the right knee. Opening up to the right. Feeling an opening in the right hip. Straightening those arms and breathing into that belly. One more breath. And releasing that foot down. Beautiful job. If you want, you can just take that right foot and bring it between the hands. And we're going to drop that left knee. We're going to move into lunge rocks on this side. So inhaling as we lunge forward. You can make some micro movements. Feel the sensations in that left hip now. Keeping the breath flowing. And on your next exhale, and straighten that front leg. Flex and extend that front foot. And beginning to rock back and forth at your own pace, your own rhythm. Completely absorbed in your own sensation, basking in your nectar. Fully present to sensation, mindful, aware. Notice yourself going into thinking. Just bring yourself back to the body sensations. We're working on embodying the conscious awareness into the body. fully aware and present and embodied. Only do that through movement, an observation of the body and sensations. Keeping the breath flowing, finding a rhythm, going within. And coming back to center, we're going to curl those back toes under, lift the back leg up. We're going to walk that back leg to meet the front into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down into Uttanasana, forward fold. Next, inhale, lifting the head, lifting the heart. We're going to move into Mountain Tadasana. Hinging up, giant angel wings. Coming all the way up, we're going to move into one more sun salutation to breath. Inhaling into a back bend. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, half forward fold. Exhaling, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back. You can stay in low lunge, or if you want to come up into high lunge, kind of quick. Exhale into our down dog. Adho Mudra Savasana. And then we're going to hinge into up dog. Our up dog, we're going to swoop up into up dog. Urdhva Mukha Svasana. Swinging those hips forward. You can rest the thighs on the mat or lift them, keep them above. Exhaling into our Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing that right leg up to a nice high lunge. Exhaling into forward fold. Inhaling halfway up. Exhaling forward fold. Inhaling, lifting the head, lifting the heart, and all the way back up into our mountain pose. Let's bring the hands in front of the heart in Anjali Asana. Closing the eyes, diving into sensation. Being fully present with yourself and allowing yourself to deeply bask in all the sensations that have churned up within you. And if it's just the heartbeat you can feel within, that is enough. Basking in the inner nectars. Releasing the hands down. I'm going to go into one balancing pose, and then we're going to go down to the floor. Let's move into dancer. So with dancer, we're going to have the feet hip width apart. I'm going to bring all my energy into this right standing leg. Feel that leg extend deeper into the earth as I root that leg into the earth. And I'm going to bring the right arm up. And then I'm going to bring very little weight on this left leg. I'm going to take the hand and I'm going to turn it out. It's easier to see on this side. I'm going to have it out like that. And we're going to lift that left leg, and we're going to just grab the inside of the left foot. Now we can start to hinge a little bit. This may be your dancer right here. Or if you'd like to hinge a little deeper, hinging at the hips, bringing that back thigh up, and then pressing the foot into the hand. And finding a drishti, a spot that's not moving to gaze at, and breathe. One more breath. And coming up. Beautiful job. We're going to go to the other side. So we're going to bring all our weight and all our energy into this left standing leg. Very little weight on the right. I'm going to bring the right arm up. And take this left hand, have it open. So when we lift, the right hand open. Sorry. We lift that right foot up. We're going to grab the inside of the right foot. And move back in. And then find a gentle hinge. Bringing that right thigh back a little. This might be your dancer, and that is perfect. If you'd like to challenge yourself a little more, we're going to hinge forward. Pressing the foot into the hand. Right foot into the right hand. Left foot out, and breathe. And if you drop out, like I just did, just come back in. One more breath. And coming out. Beautiful job. And let's bring those hands behind our back, clasping the hands. We're going to go into Yoga Mudra, standing Yoga Mudra. Opening up the chest and the shoulders, hands clasped. We're going to begin to hinge forward, bringing the arms up to the sky, dropping the head down, and breathe. Honoring the heart. It is the highest organ, basking in the nectar of the heart. One more breath. Releasing the hands, bringing the hands down to the mat. And we're going to come all the way onto our backs. We're going to bring the knees into the chest and rock back and forth. Let's keep that right knee into the chest. Let's bring the left leg out straight and feel that left thigh pressing into the earth. This right knee, let's bring a little wider out so it's lined up with the armpit. And tucking this right knee in towards the body, towards the armpit. We're not coming in towards the ribs. We don't want to crunch any ribs. Bringing in towards the armpit. Left leg is pressing into the earth. 2 lines of energy simultaneously. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Fully present, basking in all the beautiful sensations in your body. Enjoying being in your body. One more breath. Beautiful. Let's release that right knee. Bring the right foot down to the earth. Right knee is up. We're going to move into a little spinal twist. And let's come up onto that left side just a little bit, an inch. And then bringing that right knee over to the left hand guiding the right knee over. Right arm is extended 90 degrees out to the side, and we're going to turn the head to gaze out over the right fingertips. Beautiful twist in the spine. Engaging those bandhas, and let's breathe and bask. One more breath. And releasing the knee. Coming back onto your back, and we're going to switch legs. Left knee is going to come up. Right leg is going to extend out. You're going to bring that left knee into the chest. We need to bring a little wider so we avoid the ribs. Pressing the right thigh into the earth and wrapping those hands around the left knee and pulling that left leg into the body. 2 lines of energy going in different directions simultaneously. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Fully present to yourself, to sensation. Staying in that state of being the observer, neutral observer. Breathing into the belly, basking in the nectar. One more breath here. Beautiful. We're going to release that leg a little bit. Bring that left foot on the earth. Let's come up onto that right side a little, preparing for our supine spinal twist. And this left leg is going to come over to the right hand guiding the left leg over. And left arm is going to come out 90 degrees. And we're going to turn the head to gaze out over the left fingertips. And relax and bask in the beautiful sensations of this nice deep twist as we bring energy into the spinal column. Those erector spinae muscles alongside the spinal column. Cleansing of the internal organs. Deep belly breaths and bask in the nectar. Releasing that left leg. And back to center. Releasing the arms. And let's come back to center. Once you're flat on your back, let's bring those knees into the chest. And rocking back and forth, releasing and relaxing that lower back. Let's bring those feet together in butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly. Wrapping the hands around the feet, the soles of the feet, touching, coming together, and then gently pulling the feet into the body, opening the hips, finding your edge, honoring where you're at. Engage those bandhas, and let's breathe. Deep belly breaths as you bask in sensation. Bringing all your awareness to the sensation in your hips and your body. One more breath. Beautiful. Releasing that pull. Wrapping those hands around the outside of each foot. Knees are nice and wide. Keeping those knees wide and bringing those feet so they're facing the sky. And then gently pulling the legs down towards the earth. Engaging those bandhas, and let's breathe. Noticing sensation, fully present to your own self. Be here now for you. And releasing that pull. Putting the hands on the feet. We're going to roll around in happy baby, Ananda Balasana. Enjoying being in the body, doing what feels good for you. Fully absorbed in your own experience, your own sensations. And coming out of baby, releasing the legs, bringing the feet on the mat, knees up. We're going to move into some releases. And then a Savasana. So bringing the hands to the hips, feeling both hips here. And we're going to swivel those hips. So we're not lifting the buttock, either of the buttocks up. We're just resting the butt down on the earth. We're going to swivel the hips. So begin to feel that left hip reaching down towards the left heel as the right hip comes up towards the right shoulder. And then swiveling the other direction. So the right hip is reaching down towards the right heel and the left hip is reaching up towards the right armpit. Sacrum is flat on the earth and feeling that swiveling of the hips, swiveling of the sacrum. And nice and slowly and mindfully swiveling those hips back and forth. Hip hula. In hula right now. Keeping the breath flowing in the belly. Completely absorbed in sensations of the body. Allow the body to be the doorway to the soul. Coming back to center. We're going to move now into hip pointers. So I'm going to keep this right hip and buttocks rooted into the earth. So I lift the left hip and point it up towards the sky. That left butt cheek lifts up off the earth just a little. And I bring the left hip down, root that into the earth as I point that right hip up towards the sky. And moving back and forth, side to side in hip pointers. Mindful movements, keeping the breath flowing into the belly. Coming back to center. We move into cat-cow in the supine position, laying on our backs. Moving first into cat, feeling the small of the back press into the earth, tailbone tucks under, flexion of the spine. And moving into our cow as we arch the small of the back up off the earth, tailbone sticks in. Back may or may not lift off the earth, but the lumbar spine is arched up off. Extension of the spine. Moving back and forth at your own pace. Slow enough so you can be mindful of sensation. And breathe. Coming back to center. And we're going to keep the knees up. We're going to walk those feet a little further and further apart. The feet are out on the wide edges of the mat. We're going to drop one knee at a time in towards the center into single knee drop. One at a time. Keeping that breath flowing. And coming back to center. Let's walk those feet back together. Hip width apart. We're going to drop the knees to one side or the other, both knees stacked on top of each other. Either windshield wiper those knees together, back and forth. Or if you like, you can take that top knee and bring it up and over to the other side. And allow the bottom knee to follow. So they're both over onto the other side. Lifting the top knee up, bringing it over to the other side, letting the bottom knee fall. Finding your pace, basking in sensations, deeply present with the self, and breathe. And coming back to center, let's bring those knees into the chest. Final release of the lower back, rocking a little bit back and forth. And moving into Savasana, extending those legs out. And those feet a little wider than hip width, flopping the feet out if you can. And the arms out a little ways from the body, palms up. And letting the body go. Feeling the body become heavier. Releasing and sinking into the earth. All the systems, all the fingers and toes, every muscle, every bone, deeply relaxed. Allowing yourself in silence as you integrate all the energies of this practice. Nice deep inhale into the belly as you begin to come back into the body. Deep belly breaths. Wiggling the fingers and the toes, stretching out the arms and the legs. And rolling over to one side or the other. Mindfully noticing the shifts of the organs and the fluids. When you're ready, coming up to seated position. We're going to do a little bit of breath work. So we're going to breathe into the belly first. And then we're going to move into 3-part yogic breath. Breathing into the belly. And breathing into the ribs. And inhaling up into the chest, even up into the clavicular area. Pausing the breath at the top. Exhaling the chest, the ribs, in the belly. Inhaling into the belly like a wave, the ribs and the chest. Pausing at the top, exhaling chest, ribs, and belly. Inhaling into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Pausing at the top, exhaling chest, ribs, and belly. A couple more on your own. One more time. And coming back. We're going to move into Samavriti, equal breathing. And I'll guide you into the first few breaths, and then I'll let you do some of your own. So we're going to be inhaling to the count of 4, and then exhaling to the count of 4. And then we're going to add in some pauses. So we're going to inhale to the count of 4, pause to the count of 4, and exhale to the count of 4. Pause at the bottom of the breath for 4. Inhaling for 4, pausing for 4, and then we're going to move up to 6, and maybe even 8. Do your best. You want to just stay at 4 count, or any count. If it gets a little stressful, you can drop down. So let's begin. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4. We're going to add the pauses now. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the bottom of the breath, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4. Pausing, 2, 3, 4. Let's move it to 6. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pausing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pausing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pausing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's move to 8. Inhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pausing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pausing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pausing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's just exhale completely. Even bend over, get all that oxygen out. And back to center. And I'm going to invite you to scan the body and noticing the sensations, noticing differences from when you began the practice. Scanning the body, noticing emotions, the inner aliveness. And take this moment to bring yourself back to your intention, stating it, and visualizing it. I'm so happy in this intention. And gently and kindly coming back, opening your eyes, bringing the hands in Anjali Mudra. We'll close with the Namaste prayer. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of light, of truth, and of peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Please check out our website, EcstaticYoga.Studio. We have yoga teacher trainings, online, hybrid, and we're planning our first in-persons in Costa Rica and Lava Hot Springs. So we hope you can join us sometime. I'm Grace, wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day. Namaste.